The Mustang Reborn. How Revology rebuilt an American legend. In the world of classic cars, there's always a question. Do you preserve the past exactly as it was, or do you rebuild it into what it always could have been? Because a 1960s Mustang is one of the most recognisable cars ever made. The long bonnet, the fastback roofline, the shark-like front end, the sound of a V8 echoing off a city street. It's America on four wheels. Quick one. This bit isn't sponsored, but it is my personal recommendation. I use the high-low band for blood pressure tracking, and it's honestly been a godsend for me. Super easy to use, and I get a much more realistic picture than a one-off reading at the doctor. If you use my link, you get 20% off plus a 12-month subscription, and I get £25 if your referral is successful. So thanks if you do. The link's in the description. On with the video. But here's the problem. The legend of the Mustang is sometimes better than the reality of driving one today. By modern standards, an original classic Mustang can feel fragile, noisy, vague, uncomfortable, and compared with modern machinery, not especially refined. Brakes are old, the steering's old, the wiring's old, the safety's old, and even the best restored examples are still, underneath it all, cars from another era. But in Orlando, Florida, one company looked at the classic Mustang and asked a different question. What if you could have the soul of the 1960s, but the engineering of today? What if the Mustang didn't have to be restored? What if it could be reinvented? And this is the story of Revology Cars and the rebirth of the classic Mustang. To understand why Revology exists, you have to understand what the Mustang became. When Ford launched the original Mustang in the 1960s, it was more than just another car. It was a cultural moment. It was youthful, it was stylish, it was attainable. It gave ordinary buyers the feeling of owning something exotic without needing exotic money. And very quickly, the Mustang became a blank canvas. You could have a humble six-cylinder cruiser, you could have a V8, you could have a convertible, you could have a fastback, you could go racing, you could go cruising, you could make it elegant, aggressive, or completely outrageous. And then came the Shelby cars, the GT350, the GT500, the big block monsters, the Boss Mustangs, cars that turned the Mustang from a stylish coupe into a proper performance icon. The Mustang wasn't just transport, it was identity. But decades later, that identity became complicated because owning a classic Mustang isn't always the dream people imagine. Yes, they look absolutely sensational. Yes, they sound fantastic. Yes, they have presence that modern cars often lack, but they're still old cars. Even a restored one can leak, rattle, wonder, overheat, or make you think twice before taking it on a long journey. And that's where Revology found its opportunity. Not by replacing the Mustang's character, but by rebuilding the Mustang around modern expectations. Revology Cars was founded by Tom Scarpello, a man with serious Ford credentials. Before Revology, Scarpello spent 17 years at Ford, and from 1998 to 2004, he ran Ford's special vehicle team, the performance division, responsible for some of Ford's most exciting modern cars. So this wasn't just simply a man looking at a classic Mustang and thinking, let's make it shiny. This was someone who understood manufacturing, product planning, engineering, performance cars, and perhaps most importantly, the gap between nostalgia and usability. Revology's idea was simple but ambitious. Take the shape and emotional pull of the classic Mustang and rebuild it using modern materials, modern engineering, modern drivetrains, modern electrical systems, modern interiors, and modern quality control. Revology says it's been dedicated since 2014 to the development and manufacture of reproductions and restorations of 1967 to 1970 Mustangs and Shelby GTs. Because Revology is not trying to be a general rest-a-mod shop doing a bit of everything. Not Broncos one week, Camaros the next, and a random Porsche in the corner. Their whole world is the Mustang. The company's own line is, this is all they do. That focus is part of the appeal, because when you're dealing with a car as emotional as the Mustang, the details matter. The stance, the shut lines, the sound, the way the dashboard looks, the way the door closes, the way the car feels when it starts. The challenge is not just to make an old car faster. That's the easy bit now. The real challenge is making it feel like a Mustang, while making it behave like something that belongs in the modern world. There's a huge difference between restoring a classic car and re-engineering one. A restoration tries to take a car back to how it was. A reinvention asks what the car could be. That is the Revology philosophy. The cars keep the classic Mustang shape, but underneath they're heavily modernised. Revology says its vehicles use modern technology, materials and manufacturing methods to deliver better performance, reliability, drivability, comfort and safety than their 1960 counterparts. And that's the key to the whole story. It's not just nostalgia, it's nostalgia with air conditioning, nostalgia with proper brakes, nostalgia with modern suspension, nostalgia with a modern electrical architecture, nostalgia that you can actually use. On the 1969 Boss Mustang models, Revology describes bodies with precise panel alignment, automated welding, and heat-cured structural adhesives designed to improve refinement, durability and performance. That's not the language of a backstreet restoration. That's the language of production engineering, and it changes the way we should think about these cars, because a Revology Mustang is not really trying to compete with a barn-find survivor car. It's competing with modern luxury performance cars, cars that start every time, cars that can sit in traffic without overheating, cars that have proper climate control, cars that can be driven without treating every journey like a mechanical expedition. And for some buyers, that's exactly the point. They don't want a museum piece, they want the poster car from the childhood, but without the punishment. Now we get to the heart of it, the engine. Because a Mustang without a V8 is like a cowboy film without a horse. Revology uses modern Ford Coyote V8 power, and that's important. The Coyote engine is one of Ford's great modern V8s. Smooth, powerful, reliable, tuneful, and completely different from the old carburetted engines of the 1960s. On the current Boss 302 and Boss 429 pages, Revology shows naturally aspirated Gen 4 5-litre Coyote V8 power at 460 horsepower for the Boss 302 and a supercharged Gen 4 5-litre Coyote V8 at 710 horsepower for the Boss 429. Just think about that for a moment. A classic Mustang shape with up to 710 horsepower. That's not a gentle weekend cruiser. That's supercar level power wrapped in 1960s sheet metal and design. And this is where the Revology idea becomes so fascinating, because visually the car is rooted in the past. Emotionally it speaks the language of the old Mustang, but mechanically it's a completely different animal. It has the look of Detroit in the late 1960s, but the performance belongs to the modern age. That's why these cars aren't simply replicas. They're interpretations. The Mustang as a memory, the Mustang as engineering, the Mustang as a brand new classic. Of course, the engine's only part of the story, because people do not fall in love with a Mustang because of a spec sheet. They fall in love with the shape, the front end, the haunches, the fastback roof, the muscular simplicity of the design. A classic Mustang does not need to explain itself. It arrives, everyone looks at it and understands. That's the magic Revology is trying to preserve. The danger with any resto mod is that you can go too far. Too much carbon fibre, too many LEDs, too much attitude, too many wheels that look like they came from the wrong decade. And suddenly the car becomes a caricature. Revology's appeal is that it tries to walk a very fine line. The cars are cleaner, sharper and more precise than the originals, but they still look like Mustangs. The proportions are familiar, the details are recognisable, the emotional connection is immediate. The trick is that much of the modernisation is hidden. Modern chassis thinking, modern electrical systems, modern glass, modern seats, modern infotainment, modern materials. But at first glance, the car still gives you that same emotional hit. That's what makes the idea so powerful. It's not a Mustang tribute act. It's a Mustang reimagined as a modern luxury object. This is where many classic cars lose their romance. You see one from across the road and think, wow, that's beautiful. Then you get inside. The driving position's odd. The seats are flat. The steering wheel's huge. The ventilation's hopeless. The switches feel ancient. But I like ancient switches. There's nowhere sensible to put your phone. And after 20 minutes, you remember why modern cars became modern. Revology's interiors are designed to solve that problem. On its Boss Mustang pages, Revology talks about modern ergonomics, integrated with classic design, with details such as leather, wood trim, a hidden touchscreen, USB ports, premium audio, modern power electric window switches, and revised pedal packaging. This is where the reinvention becomes more than cosmetic, because it's not just about making the Mustang faster, it's about making the Mustang livable. A car like this has to do two things at once. It has to make you feel like you're in a classic, but it also has to stop you from regretting it. That's a much harder task than simply installing a big engine, because too much modernity ruins the charm. Too little modernity ruins the usability. Get it wrong and you end up with either an old car wearing new clothes or a new car pretending badly to be old. Get it right and you create something very rare. A car that feels emotional and usable at the same time. Now, this is not the sexy part of the story, but it may be one of the most important. The wiring. Classic car electrics are often where the dream becomes a headache. Bad connections. If I could have all the time back that I've spent looking for loose earths, bad earths, rusty earths, I'd live till I was about 150. Old looms, fuses, fuse boxes that have overheated and burnt out, relays not working, mystery faults. I used to do all the electrical faults at Vauxhall, and the amount of time that somebody would screw the wiring loom run through the sill underneath the kick plate on the door. The kick plate on the door was held on by about 10 screws. Unfortunately, a lot of the screws ended up going straight through the wiring loom. So immediately you turn the ignition on or connected the battery, the fuse would blow. And then you had to find out which screw on the whole car was screwed through the flipping wiring loom. Honestly, hours and hours and hours. Even in one case at the factory, somebody had put the wrong brake light bulb in and all sorts of electrical faults showed up. The Cavalier, when the Cavalier came out, we found a Cavalier wouldn't start. We couldn't get it to start at all. And the earth was missing off the windscreen wiper. The windscreen wipers wasn't working. We put the earth back on the windscreen wiper and the car started. I kid you not. Electrical faults are just unbelievable. Mystery faults, lights that work when they feel like it, gauges that actually indicate properly. Revology makes a point of using a modern electrical approach. Its Boss Mustang page describes a new electrical system designed with an OEM style approach, combining electrical and computer engineering expertise to improve reliability and simplify wiring. That might not sound romantic, but it's exactly the kind of thing that separates a usable car from a garage ornament. Because when someone's paying serious money to have a classic Mustang reborn, they don't want to explain to their partner why the headlights have stopped working again. They want drama from the engine, not from the fuse box. And this is where Revology's factory-built idea becomes important. The company describes the car as factory assembled from the ground up, carefully tested, warranty-backed and ready for the real world. That phrase, ready for the real world, is the whole point. Because a classic Mustang that only works on a perfect Sunday is one thing. A classic Mustang you can actually drive regularly, confidently and hard is something else entirely. Now let's deal with the elephant in the room. These cars aren't cheap. They're not even nearly cheap. Revology lists the 1969 Mustang Boss 429 from $395,000 and the 1970 Mustang Boss 302 from $375,000. That puts them into a completely different world from ordinary classic car ownership. That's not a budget Mustang. That's not a project car. That's not something you buy because you fancy a cheap way into V8 classic motoring. That's luxury. That's bespoke. That's collector grade emotional engineering. And that creates an interesting debate because for some purists, a car like this will never be as meaningful as the original. It doesn't have the same history. It didn't live through the 1960s. It wasn't there when the legend was being written. But for other buyers, that's exactly the attraction. They don't want someone else's history. They want their own. They want the shape, the theatre, the emotion, but built to a standard where they can actually use it. And in the luxury world, that makes perfect sense. People buy modern continuation cars. They buy reimagined Porsches. They buy recreated Jaguars. They buy coach-built Ferraris. They buy watches that look vintage but use modern movements. They buy houses that look traditional but have smart home systems behind the walls. Revology is part of that same movement. It's not just selling a car, it's selling a corrected memory. The Mustang you thought the original was. This is the big philosophical question. Is a rebuilt, re-engineered, modernised Mustang still a real Mustang? The purest answer may be no. A real classic, they might argue, must have the original metal, original engine, original imperfections, original smell, original flaws, and there is a truth in that. Originality matters, history matters, patina matters. A proper survivor car has a soul that cannot be manufactured. But there's another side to the argument. The Mustang itself was never sacred. It was always modified. From the very beginning, people changed them. They tuned them, raced them, repainted them, swapped engines, changed wheels, added stripes, made them faster, made them louder, made them personal. The Mustang was always a platform for reinvention. So in that sense, Revology is not betraying the Mustang. It's continuing one of the Mustang's oldest traditions, taking the basic idea and making it your own. Only now, instead of a teenager in the 1970s fitting headers and wider tyres in a driveway, it's a specialist manufacturer using modern design, engineering and production techniques. The tools have changed, but the instinct's the same. Make the Mustang better, make it faster, make it yours. Revology's work matters because it says something about where the classic car world is going. For years, classic cars were about preservation. Keep them original, keep them correct, keep them as they were. But a new generation of buyers want something slightly different. They love the look of old cars. They love the analogue drama. They love the style. But they also live in a world of modern expectations. They expect reliability. They expect comfort. They expect air conditioning that works. They expect brakes that inspire confidence. They expect a car that can handle traffic, heat, motorways, and real journeys. That creates a new category, a usable classic, the re-engineered icon, the car that looks backwards but functions forwards. And the Mustang is the perfect candidate because it already has a symbol of freedom. Revology's version simply updates what freedom means. In the 1960s, freedom was a V8 coupe and an open road. Today, freedom might be a classic-looking Mustang that starts every time, stops properly, steers properly, cools properly, and still makes the hairs stand up on the back of your neck. It's not a small achievement. That's the reinvention of an icon. The Mustang has been many things: a people's sports car, a racing machine, a movie star, a muscle car, a collector's item, a symbol of America itself. But Revology has turned it into something else, a modern classic that doesn't merely remember the past, it rebuilds it, not as a museum piece, not as a fragile weekend ornament, but as a car designed to be driven, and driven hard, and driven regularly, driven confidently, and with all the theatre that made the Mustang famous in the first place. Because maybe the greatest tribute to a classic car isn't to freeze it in time. Maybe the greatest tribute is to make it live again. And that's what Revology has done. They've not just restored the Mustang, they've rebuilt the dream. So the question's this: is a Revology Mustang the ultimate reborn classic? Or has modern engineering taken away some of the original magic? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.